Yeah, we can talk about Victor Wembanyama.
Wembenyama.
Today, we got some
Cinema.
sad news that Victor Wembanyama is out for the season with like a blood clot to his shoulder. Yeah,
Bomba
so
clot.
Bumble
I mean,
clot in the
they
shoulder.
just acquired De'Aaron Fox. It seems that they're getting a couple. They got a couple games in. Chemistry was going well, but now we don't know what direction they're heading and what it's going to look like. So, I want to get you guys' thoughts on the Spurs for the rest of the season and how you feel about the Victor Wembanyama situation.
Yeah, I think it's just sad to be honest. They look like they were not gonna have a bad season. They just got Fox. They were making the push. Stuff was looking good. Wembenyama was in form, and then you hear this news out of the blue. I mean, I heard it out of the blue. I had no idea this was even like a thing going after the All Star break, and I just wake up to him having a season-ending injury. You know what I mean? Which absolutely
Yeah.
sucks because I
The
think we're
blood
all
clot.
Wembenyama fans. You know, when we want to see the Spurs in the playoffs, I know I do. I want to see him in the playoffs. So this is just a huge blow to basketball as a whole.
Yeah, I thought it was fake. I thought it was a fake Shams account
I
when
did
I first
too.
saw it. But, it's not.
You
It's
thought
not
it was
all
Intel?
bad. Obviously, you want to go to the play. You want to get into the playoffs this year, and Wemby was a DPOY candidate and All NBA candidate as well. But I mean, at least you know you have Fox secure for the future, and he can build chemistry with the younger guys. Castle develops a bit more as well, and then you
Yep.
also have a chance of getting a higher pick in the draft. Seen people talking about Cooper Flag possibly going to Spurs. I think it's too late for that, but they're bringing back
Yeah.
the example of David Robinson getting injured, and then the Spurs drafting Tim Duncan that year. So they're like, oh, what if they get Cooper Flag and he gets drafted to the Spurs and he plays with Wemby and De'Aaron Fox? That would be the best situation. But
Yeah,
I
if he's
mean,
a forward too. It's not even like, you know what I mean?
yeah, he'd fit perfectly. I feel like yeah, if I'm the Spurs right now, I'm just losing games and make sure to develop
Yeah.
Castle, losing as many games as possible.
Yeah, I'm literally like fucking selling every game. Like I would literally not try at all. I'll shut De'Aaron Fox down for the season. Nah, just kidding. Imagine. Nah, but
Yeah.
yeah, they should just try to get into the flag sweepstakes. But even if they don't get flag, you know what I mean? It's being in the if they get to like a top five, you know what I mean? Like that's still helpful for what you're trying to build. So
Right now they're 23 and 29. So I mean, it's
are they
possible.
what seed are they?
They're 12th. If the Blazers keep
Yeah.
winning, then they'll be 13th.
Oh, they're gonna lose tonight. So
Teams in the West are like, or sorry, teams in the East are terrible. Like if
yeah,
they're
I
in the
know.
East right now, they'd be the 10th seed because the Bulls have 22 wins. Sixers have 20 wins, man.
You know, Paul George
It's
hasn't
so
scored a
sad.
20-point game in over a month.
Bro, is he washed?
Just keep betting
I
the
thought it'd
under,
be
bro.
longer.
Just keep betting
Yeah,
the
he's
under.
definitely washed. That's
You
not
think
even a
so?
topic that we need to spend time on. He's washed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
done.
Paul
I heard
George. You
his,
know how much I love him, but it's over.
I heard he's already he's taking like injections on his knee or finger or whatever it is that he's hurt, and
He's gonna hang it up soon.
the
I
games.
promise.
Huh?
You know, his heart's not even in it for real. He's gonna hang it up soon.
I mean, he's not a 4-year deal,
And
max at that.
yeah,
Retire,
so he
buddy.
probably just
Retire.
he'll probably be there when until the wheels fall off for that bread.
On the
Yeah.
bench, averaging a cool
Yeah,
7 points per
Jared.
game.
He'll be Jared Dudley.
Oh my God.
He'll be Jared Dudley getting that bread, and then
Yeah.
he'll eventually just get bought out, and then he'll retire.
Paul George, man.
He doesn't seem like the person that's gonna be keep trying after. You know what I mean? I feel like the first time he gets waived, he'll be like, all right.
No, I think he'll keep trying for contracts. You're talking about like he won't be a player that just sits on the bench and waits it out type of thing.
That, but also like the nigga who's like got waived and he's like not, you know what I mean? Like he's waived from a team, so he's not in the league or like not. He's just a free agent, and
No,
like he's
it won't
crying
get
for
to
team
that.
like
It won't
Isaiah
get that
Thomas.
bad. I don't think
He's
it get that
Like
34
Isaiah
years
Thomas.
old.
He's not
a
gonna
year
he's not
younger
gonna be
than
crying
Harden.
for a spot like when he's done. I feel like he's like, all right, I'm cool.
Yeah. I feel like as soon as he's a starter or he's not a starter anymore in the league, he's gonna just call it quits.
Yeah,
He's made a
it's
lot of
probably be
money.
like whatever. But I'm saying like he'll for the rest of his like contract though I'm saying he'll probably be like he'll probably if he has a 4-year deal he's gonna play as long as he can until he gets bought out. You know.
Yeah, no
But
one's
I'm
buying
just
out.
saying that I think if he gets bought out that he's not gonna keep trying because it'll probably be like a few years. You know.
I don't think he'll get to that. I don't think he'll be that bad to the point where
I
they're
don't
gonna
know,
be.
man. If he played this for 2 years, 2-3 years,
Last year he was
getting
good last
paid
year.
40, what is
He's
he
on the
getting paid? Like
decline
40, 50
AF.
M's?
He's on the decline AF.
Yeah.
Nah, I think he's been battling injuries all year. That's why he's not as good. But last season when he was healthy, he
That
was
is going to
playing well.
continue.
I don't think he's gonna continue to get hurt and just go downhill. I don't think it's that bad for him.
I think
I
he's
think
going down.
I mean, huh?
I think he's going downhill.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna he'll be healthy next year, and we'll see more of a regular Paul George than this year. Because that whole team's kind of been riddled with injuries, and then you're playing with Embiid being your leader,
And
and
be
he's
washed too.
on it. Yeah,
And Embiid Omega washed.
Yeah, super washed.
that's different though. I feel like
That
I
whole
feel
Embiid
bad
team
for
except
Tyrese.
Maxi's washed.
is this there.
Yeah, I feel bad for Tyrese, bro.
Hey man, I thought
We're not gonna talk about
this
Paul.
team was going to the conference finals at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. And look how that ended up.
What's up?
So look how that ended. You said we had him going to the conference finals? So look how that ended up.
Yeah, now we're about to have GTA 6 before Embiid.
How it looks like.
Conference finals.
Oh my God. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, Embiid. I think Embiid's career is gonna just be like a sad one to remember.
Bro, I'll become a successful YouTuber before the Sixers make it to the finals, bro. Like, what are we doing here? I'm already on the up.
Yeah, right.
That whole process was for him, and then
We're literally gonna have our whole. We're gonna be the new AMP by the time the Sixers win the championship.
That actually has a higher chance of happening. We're like plus 10,000, but Embiid's like plus 50,000. I'm
Facts.
kidding.
I was thinking about this the other day too, about how they lost both James Harden and Ben Simmons, and now they're on the same team together playing on the Clippers. And they got Paul George from all of that.
Nice. That's exactly who my team needs. Paul George.
Yeah, that team is
Fucking
washed.
niggas.
But yeah, what do you think about Wemby, Omari?
I told you. I think that they should. Well, it's unfortunate that he got hurt, but yeah, I think that they should just keep losing. That's my advice.
Guys, is this one where like he can come back like next season, or it's like a long lasting problem?
Yeah,
when
he'll
he
be
has-
back next season.
Yeah, I think he's back next season. Just
I
out
don't
for
know
this
too much like in depth about the injury, so I don't know if that was gonna like mess him up like long
So
term.
blood clot.
I assume you just get a surgery and rehab, and you're back in it.
Yeah.
Didn't Karis LeVert have like a tumor a couple years back?
Oh
Did
yeah.
he?
Yeah, they found out a tumor from his physical, and then came back.
Yeah,
in it.
he got traded too, which was crazy. He got traded, and then it was his trade physical, and they found a tumor, and they're like, "Oh goddamn!" Like, so they removed it.
Did that trade uphold? Did that trade uphold?
Yeah,
it
yeah.
did.
Yeah, but Mark Williams
It was
gets
when he got to the
vetoed, huh?
Cavs. It was when he got to the Cavs, I'm pretty sure.
But
And
Mark
it
Williams
was
gets
like,
vetoed.
it was just crazy because like they would have never known if he didn't get traded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, until they did the.
Or not
like,
never,
physical.
but like it could have been longer. You know what I mean? It could have got worse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's why people were talking about like, oh, that's like one of the luckiest things. Like,
That could have happened. A trade.
yeah,
That's
getting
pretty
traded. And
Yeah,
he's
but I
still in
think they'll just
Cleveland.
stick out
Luckily,
the
it's been
Spurs.
years, so
Right.
they must like him there.
I think Wemby's surgery, and then just rehab. He'll be all right.
good. Bez, what do you think?
About
Like the Spurs, like what they had going for them, if they even had a chance, and then
What
Wemby's
they
like,
should do next?
or what do you think they'll be like next year?
I mean, they should just continue to keep trying to win games, keep trying to get chemistry with their new teammates, improve. I don't think they should change anything up. I don't think they had a real shot to do anything this year anyway. So, it sucks that Wemby's out for the year because he's your best player. But, I don't think that we expected them to win the finals or even win a playoff matchup or anything like that. So just keep playing basketball. Really, that's it. Wemby, hopefully he's good next year. It's the same injury that Asar Thompson had. And, it took him some time to get back, but he's back to playing ball full time. So should be fine for Wemby.
Next year, I had the team at least going into the playoffs this year with Wemby. With Wemby and Fox, it's a failure if you don't go. Get into the
I
playoffs,
disagree.
even in the
I don't
West.
even think that's like the West is way too stacked. We didn't even have them making the playoffs when we predicted stuff. When the trade went down, we still probably didn't have them making the playoffs. Maybe they make the play in, sure, 10th seed, and then they get eliminated in the play in. But it's like you got to kick out a team like the Mavericks, a team
you can
like
beat
the
them. I think
Phoenix
they're better
Suns,
than the
the
Mavericks.
Warriors. You know what I mean? Are they better than the teams? Maybe. If we're saying that, I mean, okay.
I feel like
That's
if they
a
heat it up at the
conversation.
right time, like which is right now, and then you have like a bit of juice with Fox and Wemby, CP, Castle, and then the younger guys too, they could have made a push. It's definitely possible. It was in the conversation for sure. But I mean, now without Wemby, obviously there's no chance. Players obviously play to win games, but as an organization, probably put them in a position to not be as successful, I guess, from
I'm
winning
not thinking.
standpoint,
I
like-
don't even believe in that, especially not
I do.
for the Spurs situation. Like, first of all, look at the Wizards. They're just bad and they're trying. So it's like I don't
So
believe
they
in
really got
tanking.
9 wins, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe in tanking. It's like you already have plethora of picks. So it's not like I need this pick so bad. I need Cooper Flag so bad. You got the Hawks picks. You traded back the Chicago picks because you had all those too. So like you don't need extra picks. You're fine. You probably had 2 or 3 picks this year. I'm not losing on purpose. I'm not sitting players. Like obviously I'm going to make sure nobody gets hurt further, but I'm not trying to throw games as a San Antonio Spurs. There's really no purpose to do that. Without Wemby, we're not going to make the playoffs anyway. I'm not tripping about that.
As a player, yeah, you're not going to throw games, but as like coach and general manager, I'd say like you're obviously not. I would not play Fox as much minutes wise.
No, but it's like he just got there. You still got to play with all these other dudes. You got to play with Castle, Vassell. You got to play with Sohan. You still want to develop chemistry.
As many games, so you can get a higher.
Are you putting Fox on a minute restriction if you're like the owner or whatever it's called?
Not a minute restriction, but I'm just not playing him. Like say if it was like a close game in the third, it's like 7 minutes. I'm not playing him those.
No, it's like
minutes.
that's what I'm talking about. That shit is retarded. Why would you not play him in a close game?
Because there's no need to. Like,
yes, there is, but you're still trying to win. Like, you're not going to
tell
we're benching De'Aaron Fox because the front office wants to lose games. You're not going to do that, and it's not even smart to do that in the situation you're in. Like, I don't believe in tanking to begin with. Like, especially not in the NBA. In the NFL, it's one thing because you get guaranteed the first overall pick if you lose. In the NBA, it's still a lottery. We've seen teams at number 7 jump up and get the first pick. So I'm not purposely losing. I'm not catching the fucking Wizards anyway because they probably win 2 games the rest of the season. So like I'm not trying to lose. If he's at risk of getting injured, that's one thing. But I'm not sitting my players. Like
my whole point is, like,
I don't know why the NBA thinks that's gonna help them because that's the shit that makes the ratings go down.
Well, my whole point is, why am I playing De'Aaron Fox? Why would I play him?
Because you pay him to play basketball for you. That's why you play him.
Let me finish my point. What was I going to say?
I think Hassan wants to maximize like the chance of getting.
I'm saying like don't play him 40 minutes for a game that doesn't really matter. Like if you have a chance to play him like 32, just play him 32. You don't have to play 40 minutes to go out and win a game. What's the point of winning games at this point? Like you said, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Okay, yeah, I'm not saying like playing 48 minutes, but I'm just saying like I'm not sitting him in a close game like you said. You know what I mean? Like in the
fourth quarter, obviously you're not going to sit him because it looks bad. But I'm saying like playing those extra minutes where you're in the third quarter and he plays like the whole third just to keep you guys in the game. I thought there's no point in doing that. Just playing the regular minutes that they were supposed to play.
I think if the game's out of hand and you know it's out of hand, then those are okay. We're not bringing him back. But it's like if we have a chance to win this game, like we're gonna play De'Aaron Fox as long as we have to, as long as he's not getting hurt. Personally, like the players want to play. I think it shows the culture. It sets a trend. This is the reason some of these teams like the Hornets and the Wizards don't get shit places because like, oh, it's all good, bro. De'Aaron, we gonna sit you. It's not a big deal. Like you don't want to build those type of habits. And I know the Spurs won't do that. And again, obviously, if they're getting hurt, don't play them. But I don't believe in trying to lose games. And I think the Spurs could still get stuff done. I mean, Wemby's a big piece on the defensive side, but now you got a lot of good offensive pieces still working with Castle. He could get more involved. I don't think that they should purposely lose games. If the Trailblazers can win some games, I think the Spurs can too.
I think they just beat the Suns just now, by the way.
What'd you say?
Without Wemby. I think they just beat the Suns, by the way, without Wemby.
Yeah, I mean, the team's not bad. Like, if you're playing well, you're obviously going to keep playing the players. But just from, like, a GM standpoint, there's a reason why, like, the Wizards played their younger guys over their, like, older dudes. Like, Malcolm Brogdon's probably played, like, 5 games this season. And he's obviously, if he was in the lineup playing every game, they'd win more games for sure. From a general manager standpoint, there's ways to like put players in certain situations to lose games while also developing your team. And I feel like the Spurs should kind of do that, but there's a way to do it. I mean, if you're winning games, then just win games. Like, but if you're not, then find a way to put these guys in different positions.